Many English learners ask me the same question again and again. And maybe you have asked it yourself. Is grammar really that important for speaking English? This question might sound simple, but it opens a door to a much bigger discussion. There are actually two very different schools of thought here. Some learners, and even some teachers, say grammar is not necessary when speaking, that what really matters is just getting your message across. Others argue that grammar is essential, that without it your speech can sound broken, confusing, or even rude in some situations. So who is right? That's exactly what we are going to explore in this video. Together, we will look at real-life examples, break down both sides of the argument, and find a balanced way to approach grammar so you can actually feel more confident when you speak. But before we get into their opinions, let's take a moment for yours. What do you think about grammar? Is it important, or do you think it just slows you down? Pause this video if you want, and write your opinion in the comments section. I'd love to read what you think, and see if your view changes by the end of this lesson. Okay, let's dive in and look at both sides carefully. Section 1. Grammar is not important. Let's start with the group of people who believe grammar is not that important when speaking English. For them, the main goal of language is communication. Language is a tool, and if you can use that tool to express your thoughts and be understood by others, you are succeeding. Even if your sentences are not perfect, communication still happens. And that is what matters most. Let's take a very simple example. Imagine a tourist visiting a foreign country for the first time. He is hungry, tired, and just wants something to eat. He walks into a restaurant and says, "Me want food." Now, if we look at this sentence as English teachers, we can say, "Oh, that's wrong. It should be, I want food," or even better, "I would like some food, please." But here is the important part. The waiter understands exactly what this tourist wants. The communication is successful. He will probably bring a menu or show the tourist where to order. Even though the grammar was not correct, the message was delivered. The goal of speaking, to share an idea and make someone understand, was achieved. This is why many teachers and language coaches tell their students, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't wait for perfect grammar before you speak. If you are always waiting until you can say something 100% correctly, you may never speak at all. And staying silent is much worse for your learning than speaking with small mistakes. In fact, many learners feel stuck because of this fear. They know some vocabulary, they know some grammar rules, but they hesitate, they freeze, and they stay quiet because they are scared of saying something wrong. Over time, this can damage their confidence. But when they let go of this fear and just speak, even with mistakes, they start to feel free. They start to enjoy speaking and communicating. They feel proud that people can understand them. This builds confidence, and confidence is one of the most important skills you can have when learning a language. And if you think about it, this is exactly how children learn their first language. They don't start with grammar books or complex explanations about tenses. They listen to their parents, copy what they hear, and try to speak. They make hundreds, maybe thousands of mistakes. Sometimes their sentences are funny or completely wrong, but nobody stops them. Parents usually just repeat the correct version, and over time, the child starts to speak more accurately. Fluency comes first, and accuracy follows later. So this first group believes that it's okay, even healthy, to speak with mistakes at the beginning. Their motto is, fluency is more important than perfection. The more you speak, the more natural it will become, and the better your grammar will get, almost automatically. Section 2. Grammar is important. Now let's look at the other side. The people who believe grammar is very important. They argue that grammar is like the structure or the skeleton of a language. Without it, your message might be weak or confusing. For instance, if someone says, "I go to school yesterday," most listeners will probably understand what you mean, but they will also notice something is wrong. The correct way is, "I went to school yesterday." So yes, the meaning is clear, but the mistake is obvious. and in some situations it can make you sound less professional or even distract the listener. Think about a job interview. Imagine you are trying to get a professional job and you say, "He go office every day." This might sound careless, uneducated, or unnatural. Your grammar doesn't just communicate ideas, it also communicates an image of who you are. Speaking with correct grammar can show that you are well prepared, educated, and serious about the situation. And beyond sounding professional, grammar is also useful when you want to express more complex ideas. If you want to talk about possibilities, conditions, or politeness, grammar gives you the tools to do that. For example, there is a big difference between saying, "I want tea," and saying, "I would like a cup of tea, please." The second one is softer, more polite, and more suitable for a formal situation. Without understanding grammar, it is much harder to make these kinds of distinctions. This group also believes that focusing on grammar early can actually save you time later. When you have a good understanding of tenses, word order, and sentence structure, you can build more complex sentences with confidence. Instead of always guessing if your sentence is right, you know why it is right, and that knowledge can make you more precise and clear when you speak. Section 3. Balanced conclusion. So, who is right? The answer might surprise you, because both sides are correct, just in different ways. If you are a beginner, you should not wait until your grammar is perfect to start speaking. Speak now. Use the grammar you already know. Make mistakes, and let those mistakes teach you. Every time you speak, you get a little better. Every time you make a mistake, you get a chance to learn something new. But at the same time, you shouldn't completely ignore grammar forever. Little by little, you should improve your grammar so your speaking becomes clearer and more natural. In casual conversations with friends, most people will forgive your small grammar mistakes. But in school, in work, or in official situations, good grammar will give you a big advantage. The key is balance. Focus on communication first. Don't let grammar stop you from speaking. Then, as you grow, work on your grammar step by step. Grammar should never be a prison that makes you afraid to speak. It should be a tool that gives you freedom to say what you want, exactly how you want to say it. So my advice to you is simple. Speak with confidence. Don't be afraid of mistakes. They are proof that you are learning. But also, keep improving. Learn one grammar point at a time. Practice it, use it, and make it part of your natural speaking. Remember, you don't have to be perfect to be understood. Keep learning, keep speaking, and soon, grammar will feel like your friend, not your fear. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more English lessons, and share your thoughts about grammar in the comments. I read them all, and I love hearing about your experiences. See you in the next lesson, and until then, keep practicing and keep speaking with confidence.